Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl. I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. 1 for tomorrow, 1 just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 1 time. For God's speed. Love me 1 time. Yeah, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl. Lost me all through the week. Love me 2 times. I'm gone away.
So, you're liking the Mint Juleps, aren't you?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live now.
Oh, right on.
We are on.
My first time having one.
Hold on, wait a minute. This isn't on, though. Weird. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I heard you.
No, this is why. Hold on. I gotta change this. And then we'll be good. Channel 1. Oh, there we go. I just didn't have one of the mics on right. What's going on, man?
Yeah,
I haven't
not
seen
much.
you for a while.
Just having a mint julep.
Yeah, they're pretty delicious, eh?
Yeah,
I've
how
never
about-
had one either.
How about
We
you
can take
explain
these
to
off.
the listeners what's in it?
So mint julep is what you do. I learned this when we were in New Orleans. One of the bartenders at the Crab Shack or the... I can't remember the name of it.
The Crab Shack?
It was something along
They
those
sound
lines.
like they
Something
sell-
seafood. It
They
was
sell that.
seafood.
They sound like they
obviously.
sell crab there.
They did.
Yeah?
No, it wasn't that. It was... I'll ask Ashley when she gets back up. She'll remember. So we were, just wanted to be spontaneous, try something new. And they asked us what drink we wanted. I said, I don't know, man. Just
Jim Beam.
give me something. He's like, what do you like? I was like, surprise me. What do you like? I like scotches. I like almost anything. And I said, Jim Beam. So he said, okay, I'll make you a mint julep. Have you had one before? I said, nope, never had one. So he brings it back, and man, we drank them for the rest of the trip. They're absolutely delicious. So what you do is you take a teaspoon of icing sugar. You put that in a cup. This is the wrong kind of cup. If you can see, I don't have proper highball glasses. You put that in a cup, and then you put in about 2 teaspoons of water and, mint to taste, basically. It says 4 leaves, but however minty you want it. 2 big leaves is what seems to work.
Your mom grows good mint leaves.
She
here.
does,
Those
yeah.
are pretty potent.
My mom's garden has turned out... Well, I mean, we help out, too.
What
We
did she
help
put?
them
She put
set it
some
up.
mink shit in there this year? How come?
No, she got cow manure from for the Bly's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
her
pickup
dad
truck
has a
load?
farm. Yeah,
Yeah?
like
Oh,
no, it was
you're a
like
doll, thank you.
like one tractor scoop full. Hey, what was the name of that place we found out about these? Do you remember?
The Crab Shack.
No, it was I can't remember. Deanie's in New Orleans. It's
on Bourbon Street.
Just off 1 block up from Bourbon Street, and a couple blocks down. Anyway, so you mix that up. You put the mint in, the fresh mint. It smells absolutely delicious. Then you fill the glass, a proper highball glass, with ice, and then you pour a shot of Jim Beam in, and then you mix it up till the glass starts to kind of frost. You can see it's getting cold,
Yeah.
and then you enjoy.
Yeah.
That's it. Simple.
This is pretty nice. I had a.
We had them last week. I made them for everybody last week.
I had a
too.
Glenlivet 21-year-old there at dinner.
Yep.
Yeah, that bastards. They charged you like $30. It was like $28 for a shot.
Just for the shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember ordering a Del Winnie.
Del Winnie's pretty reasonable though.
It was like 18. This was I think this was when we were in New Orleans as well. I ordered a Del Winnie at the same place, actually. I'm pretty sure. We did a lot of drinking there because that's where we found the crawfish. That's where we first had it. So we kept just going back to the same place where we knew we could get it quick, where it was delicious.
Yeah.
Burn the fucking shit out of your lips.
Did you have to peel them?
No, so this is how you eat them. We were doing it wrong.
Oh.
We were eating them like you eat. I think I talked about this
Like a
before.
shrimp.
We were eating them like a shrimp, peeling them off. And this fucking guy, like sitting down a couple from us, just like, oh man, that's not how you fucking eat them things. Let me show you how to eat them crawfish. So he comes over and he fucking grabs it. And so what you do is you break off the head,
Yeah.
suck out the head, because that's where all like the spicy, because they boil them in like a
Yeah,
broth,
okay.
right? So you suck out the good shit. That's what burns your lips.
Yeah.
And then you pinch the tail right
Yeah.
down low
And-
and grab it. You gotta get your teeth
And
on
if
it,
it's
and then
cooked
just pull out.
nicely,
If
and they
it's
know
cooked right,
and they know how to cook them down
and they
there.
do. They were
Yeah,
once we got it down.
But you gotta cook them right before they pop out like the shells. Just
but
like
you
a
gotta
shrimp.
squeeze it right, and you gotta like as you're pulling it out, you gotta let go a little bit because
No. It's just like and that part of it is like eating a shrimp.
Mhm.
If the shrimp's cooked properly, it will come out like that too. You know.
it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
But sucking the head,
yeah.
I mean, that's not that big of a deal. But that's where how do you figure this? Why do you suck the head? The spice?
Because that's where all the juice is. When you break it,
Yeah, or the
there's
juice,
juices
yeah.
inside the head, and then
Yeah.
you eat that, and then you get the fish.
Yeah.
Like I would have to.
So what
like,
were they charge you by the pound for this?
Yep, 1 pound, and
And
I think
I'm-
it was $9.95 a pound or something like that. I believe
And so what would you consume in
2
a sitting?
pounds.
You
When we went though, I consumed 1.5 pounds.
Yeah.
But we also ordered a bunch of other stuff. I easily could have eaten 2 pounds to myself.
yeah, and a couple of beers is great, huh?
Yeah. It was
Hey,
good.
there's a place in Chilliwack. It's a kind of lots of people go there. It's a pub down like towards going to Chilliwack River.
Yeah. I
Right?
like the stuff we indulged in, by the way. It's good.
What's that? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
Anyways, down there they have prawn night on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
right? And I mean,
Sorry, you say Chilliwack?
it's in Chilliwack.
Okay.
It's right on like if you're going to like down to the Chilliwack. If you're going south off the freeway,
Yeah.
and you're going down the Chilliwack River, right? There's a good pub there. They do really good prawn night. I love prawn. Like I would love to. I would if I was in New Orleans. Definitely, I'd be going down and get some crawfish.
Oh, buddy, that's
How's your accents down there? Do they?
in New Orleans.
Yeah. Like, do you get like being a tourist? They know you're a tourist. For
Oh
sure?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely know you're a tourist. There's a shitload of tourists, man. Like that's got to be their main.
Yeah. When's Mardi Gras?
February.
And is that as big as it was before the
Oh
earthquake?
yeah, I'm sure it's
before?
still huge. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming it's still huge.
Yeah.
I think that's something that they made sure they kept at the right.
Like being to Bourbon Street, like being to New Orleans, would you ever go back down to
Oh, yeah.
for Mardi Gras?
I want to go back so bad.
for Mardi Gras.
I'll go back for Mardi Gras. I'll go back again just to fucking drink, eat
Yeah.
good food, and listen to fucking wicked music.
Parsons spent some time in New Orleans. He said
Yeah,
it was
when
really
he was
good.
working for.
Yeah, he enjoyed it. He said
Yeah.
he liked it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, what's new, buddy?
Not much. Just waiting for surgery. That's about it, man. It's been.
So, how long is until you get some surgery on that?
I'm hoping. Well, so from what I've been told, I'm gonna see the specialist on the 15th. And basically, all the specialist is there is just to check it out. He wants to see the MRI. I already know I have a torn ACL.
Yeah.
He just wants to see.
It's just
the,
a fucking hose around, huh? Just go see.
Everybody has to make their fucking money.
Yeah.
Look at this. Today, all I had to do, because I have insurance with my credit card,
Yeah.
so they will pay 5% of whatever the balance was on my credit card
Yeah.
the day I got hurt for up to 12 months. And after 12 months, if they still haven't paid that balance off, whatever it was at that time, then they pay off the remainder of it after a year if you're still not able to work. So I have to get this sheet signed by the doctor. Obviously, it's insurance.
obviously,
They need him.
You need a good. You need a. It has to be a case, right?
It's okay. So it's one page.
Yeah.
That's it. One page of stuff. A normal medical sheet. You know, they fit a lot on there.
Yeah.
But
Well,
one
they pay
fucking page.
they pay all your monthly payment.
Not all my monthly payment. 5% of whatever the balance was on my credit card the day I got hurt. For me, it's
They
like
pay
$4
that.
grand. So $200 a
$5
month.
grand
I was about $4
for 5% of your credit card.
So they'll pay five. No. I had $4 on the credit
Oh,
card.
I thought your
They're
payment
gonna
was.
pay 5%.
I thought your payment was $4,000. That means that's 10%. That means you had $80,000 in credit card
No,
debt.
that's no fuck.
But anyways, they pay. So they.
It's bad enough as it is.
Yeah,
not
but they
like
pay.
that.
That's nothing. But they pay.
So they'll be paying like $200 a month or something like that
They
for up to 12 months.
And then they just pay it off.
And then they'll pay off that $4,000.
What if you
they
owe-
hadn't yet?
What if you owe like $20,000 on their credit card?
That's how it works. But the amount that you pay is based on how much is on your credit card. Like my insurance, it's like 1% or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
But
half
what
a
about?
percent
But
of-
don't isn't it often with the credit card you get like that?
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, I've never ever. You know what? To tell you the truth,
But I pay monthly for it.
for my Visa and my Mastercard, right? I've never ever even used one of the perks on either of those cards. I've never taken advantage of a car rental,
Nope, I
like free
hadn't
insurance. I've never taken advantage of like medical insurance, travel insurance.
Actually, that's the lie. Then, yeah, I did use it for travel insurance. But
I've never
actually.
Fortunately,
use it.
I've never had theft
Well-
or a bad purchase. I mean, a theft, a criminal purchase on my card or something.
But if you think about
So
it,
anyway, but you're right. There is disability insurance on that
Yeah.
on your cards.
but
right?
think about it. That's why they're able to offer it because not a lot of people.
No, you
use it.
pay like
pay
a
for it,
yearly
but
fee.
They
for
don't.
it.
They don't
Yeah,
have to use
for
it.
sure.
So I take the sheet in to the doctor today to get filled, and he's like, "Okay, so I won't charge you full price for this. You've been in here lots. I've had to get a bunch of forms filled already that you have to pay for. $20 per form that states he can't work still till this date.
But
He isn't able to work.
Taking care? Oh, because it's disability. It's
But
not-
it's
yeah.
fucking. You're still like he's still getting paid for every visit. He gets paid per visit.
Yeah.
That's why they have to cap it off.
Yeah.
And yet they charge on top of that for forms. Then they tell you have to book an appointment if you want to get a form. You can't come in as a walk-in. You have to book.
Man, do you not?
So
do you not,
hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
So I bring this form in. I book an appointment. I bring it in. He tells me he's going to give me a discount. I'm thinking, okay, well maybe it's double. Maybe this form's for $40. He's like, it's usually 125 here. Market is averaged about 190 at most doctors' offices. I'll give it for like 100 because of all the forms you've already had filled out. I'm like, what? To fill out a fucking form? I'm paying you already to come in and see you.
No, but you're paying. Your medical. Your medical is paying.
Yes, and he's saying that because of insurance, because of the liabilities and the insurance he has to have to fill these forms out.
But hey,
It's
hold on
all
a second.
a fucking scam.
Hey, you know what?
It's all a scam.
Man. But you never listened to me. You know.
What are you talking- you never told me
I
shit.
told you the day after you got hurt.
I told you.
The day after you got hurt when I said, "Hey, man, you look like you're in a lot of pain." Right? Maybe to give it the weekend, and then you should go get a private MRI done. And you said, "Man, that's going to cost me $700."
Buddy, you didn't tell me this till
I
like
told
the
you,
week
no,
before.
but the next time I saw you, when I realized how much pain you were in, it was like a week later.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, after a week,
True.
you know if you're injured or not. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, with me, I guess everybody's different, but trust me,
No,
after
I
a,
should've
if I
100%.
if I was after a week, and I was feeling like the way you looked, I would just get it. But anyways, you got the MRI done.
Yep.
Right? Then, if you're in the situation you are now, that would have happened about a month earlier than before you did it,
Yeah.
right? And then what you do is then you could get this all done privately.
Yeah.
Privately, yes.
But it's I technically here's the thing, I technically am. So I didn't know this.
How
so
much is this? How much is this operation
on.
going to cost?
Just let me I'll you'll get it by the end of this. So you pay for your MRI $600 in Surrey. It's like $700 in Abbotsford. You pay your $600, you get the MRI done. Next day, at most 2 days later, the doctor has the results. You go.
Oh,
in.
they had a copy for me when I left.
It was for me. It was the next day.
I went to Abbotsford
Yeah.
when I left from the hockey injury.
Yeah.
The
Same
5
thing.
minutes after I left, they said, "Yeah, you're here." They gave me this and stuff. We also sent a copy to the doctor.
Yeah. It all depends how busy they are when the
Okay,
specialist can see
go
it.
ahead, yeah.
So after that, you go to the doctor. Whatever he tells you, torn ACL. For me, it was torn ACL, torn meniscus, and
Surgery.
major
We're gonna
contusion,
book- now
major
we-
bone contusion.
Yeah, now we're gonna book you for surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he says, okay, so you need to see a specialist. I'll give you the referral to whoever you want to see. You just let me know who you want to see. So I did a whole bunch of research for like a day, found the guy, found out that 2 other people I knew had had surgery by this guy, said he did a great job. So I was like, okay, this is the guy I want. So I asked them how long to do everything, all this shit. He says a month. Turns out that's actually like the quickest you're going to get through by paying.
We're in a perfect storm. Yes.
So I tell the doctor, he sends in the referral
even by paying
for like fucking a week and a half. No, hold on.
You can get it done the next day.
No, I know.
It's
I
how
know.
much you wanna pay.
But this is how I did it.
Yeah.
So for me, so then I tell the doctor I'm going to put on the referral, will pay privately. right? Because that makes a difference. The doctor basically looks at all the referrals he
Yeah,
has
of course.
and picks and chooses who he's going to
Who
see.
am I going to schedule in here?
So
Oh,
he picks them.
Yeah.
He picks that one. He gets paid for it. And eventually, finally, like a week and a half later, because this guy's been away for a week, which fucking sucked, I call back. He says, okay, we can book you in for the 15th of July. So what happens is I see him. I pay to see him.
Yes.
$575 to see him.
Yeah.
But then after that, MSP pays for the surgery. But basically what happens is you are booked in within 2 weeks for surgery. It's not very long.
But that's peanuts.
Yeah, that's nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Like you said, you could go to
Falls Creek
Medical. I looked into it. $8,000.
8G.
$8,000 for this surgery.
But look how long you've been out.
I could have literally, I asked them, they're like, we can give you the surgery. I might be able to fit you in tomorrow, but definitely the next day. Like, that's how quickly they can get you in when you're paying for it.
Because you paid privately.
But I can't afford $8,000. That's fucking nuts.
Falls Creek, like you said. Falls Creek, $8,000. Okay, now that's, yes, that's quite expensive, no doubt. And this is where, but let me state something differently. You were down a month.
Yeah,
6
that's
weeks.
the problem.
You would have been in recovery with 3 weeks, 4 weeks in recovery.
Yeah.
If you just went through even.
No, that's the problem is I didn't trust my gut because when it happened, 100% I knew I fucked something up bad. I heard pop pop. Like, you don't hear that shit and it's nothing.
Man,
and yet I got when I seen the doctors, I guess their tests aren't good enough. They were very convincing to the fact that maybe a torn meniscus, but you didn't tear anything.
This is a podcast, right? Where you're supposed to come on and explain yourself, right?
Yep.
Well, hey, listen, the medical system is pretty much in. It's a good system.
Money.
It's a good system for people. Like, some countries don't have nothing.
They have
right?
nothing. Yes.
Nothing. But is it for what they plan? What they like to do is there's so many people using the system that they have to distinguish the people who need it really fast, like now, and the people who can wait. Because lots of times people go in there. Let's be realistic. I don't know the numbers, but I would bet like 50-75% of people go in there. Like, it's just time will take care of the situation you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So people go in there, and like you said, you go in there with a problem. Well, they can't just book you in there for surgery and all these things, because there's people ahead of you. Give you time, right? You're still in pain a month later, right? Okay, now we're in a different category of right? This man's still in pain. We're going to look deeper into it. Now we're going to spend some money, right?
Yeah.
Now let's be frank. I don't have a problem with the way the system is as it is. Yes, free healthcare is good, right? But I also believe that if you can afford it, I don't see there's nothing wrong with expediting the thing.
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
Now people go, it should be free to everybody. Everybody should have the same rights. But let's be realistic. There's more and more people in Canada, right? And there's not enough doctors and operating tables for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, another thing is with the people in the private businesses, like doctors, I think it should become more available, right? And that's what's happening right now is they're arguing about what direction to go. I think there should become more private doctors, which will in turn make more competition, which make the price cheaper, right? Right now, there's only a few people, then you have to pay what they want you to pay, right? Now, if you go to school, okay, for 8 years or whatever, 10 years, and you become a doctor and you specialize in a field, right? And you come out of your school, right? And you're going to start a business or whatever, and you're going to become a doctor, and you have the brains and the knowledge to get through that kind of schooling and to become certified. Yeah. Now you can probably get a job. Let's just say you're a heart surgeon, right? You're going to go work for the BC government, right? I don't know. They probably say it online. What they probably go, BC we pay $300,000 for heart surgeons a year, right? But now if you don't have that schooling and you're going, well, how about I open up my own practice, right? And I charge people top dollar to come and see me because I'm an expert, right? I can make potentially, maybe it's going to have to start my business, grow my business, but potentially I could be making millions of dollars a year. Now, can you blame a doctor for not wanting to join the public system?
No,
Right?
I get it, and that's where I kind of agree with you in the fact that I think
There's no doctors. You need more money.
should be able to, if they want.
But why would you work? The government can't pay on any scale of what and most people go to school and do that stuff. They're pretty smart in the head, and a lot of them are driven, right? And they want to run their own business and they want to charge what they want. Okay, your doctor, you went for your knee place, right? He's got overhead.
Yep.
He's got equipment, right? He's gone to school. He's like, of course, it's $600 to say hello, right? Just like if you order a professional anything.
Yeah, I totally agree. My problem with it is that the system is fucked, and it's such a slow process for for everybody who can't afford it.
Yes.
Like I think.
But if you can't, frankly, this is the culture and the time we live in, where people it's more socialized like that. People care a lot, but frankly, if you can't afford it, you can't afford a lot of things. Yeah. I don't know what
I'm saying is if the government could provide enough doctors and staff that you didn't have these massive waiting lists.
Yes, but
right? No, hold on. So how and it would still work out the same way you say, because you can go private, but you have to build up a clientele. So any newer doctors and older doctors, people who for some reason just don't quite have the same ability as the best, they would still always be working for the government. And then you could pay the best ones.
This goes into a whole. You could spend a whole podcast on this issue. Yeah. Okay. For instance, your family doctor, Dr. Gill, by Safeway and Oligraphy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know the exact facts, but I have a general idea. So that's why I would challenge anybody listening that maybe knows more about it. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you these are facts. But roughly, at one time, it was something like your family doctor, right? A walk-in clinic. Yeah. These aren't for sure fact numbers, but it's somewhere like this generalized idea. Is they're allowed to see so many patients, like something around 30 or 35, maximum a day. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So like the better they slam these people through the doors, right? Well, they fill out the white form, and that gets sent to the government, and they get paid. Roughly, like I said, I don't know the facts. $35 to $50 a visit or something like that. Yeah. Right. So that's why they have that big thing. Like if you ever gone, I've only gone to the doctor a few times. Knock on wood. Yeah. But like you have an issue or you have two issues, they tell you to book another appointment. Yeah. Right. Oh, my back. Like you go in there because your back kind of hurts and your leg hurts too, right? Oh well, we better come in and book another appointment and we will look at that leg, right? Because that's another visit, right? And so the doctors are in a situation where they can't. Back in the day, you would explain all your things, but they're getting paid per visit. So the better these people fly through the door, the faster it is, the more patients they can see. Yeah. Now that's why when you get hurt, and you go in there and you go to the screening lady, the secretary, and what's the nature of your injury? Oh, I cut my hand. Right? Did you do it at work? Or did you get in a car accident? Yeah. That's the first two things. Because then there's the blue form, which is like the workers' comp form. Yeah. And then there's the ICBC form.
Who they need to.
And then there's the private, I'm sure there's more forms. But in general, this is how it goes. Yep. Now, the moment you said, I cut my hand in a skill saw at work, they pull out the blue form. Yeah. And now they're charging insurance. They're charging workers' comp or ICBC. Yeah. Now it's $200 an hour or $200 a visit, right? Yeah. And then, hey, and I got to see you next week. Yeah. And the week after that, right? And then we better come in and we better help this baby along, right? Because every time they see you, that's another time they bill workers' comp or ICBC.
And it's a whole new rate,
It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the way the system works, okay? And frankly, but this is what I told you. If the system, it doesn't matter whether we think the system should be better or should be worse or should be different. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter is like when you get hurt, you need to use this. You need to use the amenities that are available to us.
I totally agree.
Right?
Yep.
Now, when you get hurt, is it worth it to go along? Like it doesn't matter. Like you're talking, it is expensive, but your health is your most important thing.
Yep. You're right.
Right?
That's literally when you said that to me, I was like, "Fuck, he's right."
Who cares about it sucks.
Like I'm wasting way more money not working.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a person here because with me, if I got injured, right, to a certain degree, where I've been fortunate that I haven't ever had any serious injury. I've had injuries, but nothing serious. Like like the capability, like injuries, like your knee going down and you can't move for 2 months. I've never had anything like that.
Wasn't like that, but yeah, it was like.
But you can't even work.
Yeah, I can't work, but okay. The reason I'm not working is because there's still things I cannot do, but I work out, right? I can do all types of working out. I can't bend. I don't have the flexibility to like crouch and a lot of kneeling working, crouching working, all that kind of shit. I'm an electrician. It's just awkward positions that I can't do right now. Plus, work has told me they don't want me back.
Yeah, they don't have light. They don't have.
I hurt myself worse now because my knee gives out.
Yeah. No.
Once I get my brace, there's a different story.
No,
but
I get it.
The thing is, I get what you're saying, and like I said, I agree. I don't know how it works exactly, but if it works along the line of, your regular day, once you see X amount of patients, 35 or whatever it is, we don't know. After that, like say every doctor works for the government. After that, you can see whoever you want and pay for it. So once that day's up, you can book in the night your private session. That's how.
Yeah, but the reason why there's a maximum number of
but this is what I'm saying,
patients is because they want to prevent doctors from just ramming people through there.
No, but also the government has an allotted amount of money that they can spend, and they know that that's approximately how many per day each doctor can see, and they can still afford to pay the bill.
Frank, to have the service of like private service, you would need to quadruple the system as is. You can't just have every time somebody hurts themselves in a sport or hurts themselves and you can't have them having knee surgery 3 days later.
True.
Okay, you know how the flogged the system would be? Everybody would take so advantage of that, right? Because obviously everybody wants to get healed as fast as possible, right? But if you have some special surgery that's going to cost like $500,000, now that's a different story. But to screw around with 4 or 5, 6 grand with a knee that is bunged and is fucked and is probably going to give you long-term problems, you should get this shit dealt with. What is 5, 6 grand?
Like I said, for me, and we'll get off this topic.
Yeah, then we'll move on.
For me, I didn't listen to myself. I knew I fucked my knee bad when it happened. Like, I knew. You get that feeling when you hurt yourself when it's bad.
Yeah.
And I had that. And yet I allowed the doctor who, to be honest, maybe there's not a test good enough to be able to tell if you're fucking.
No, he wants to wait to put you through the system unless he can see a clear fucking terror.
True. Whatever the reason, I shouldn't have listened. I should have listened to myself and as soon as
listen to Uncle Joe, buddy.
Yeah, as soon as the swelling went down, I should have got an MRI. Right
Anyways, let's move on. What's else you got on your checklist there to go over today?
What else? Okay, so this could take up some time. We'll just keep going. You know what? I want to get this one in. This will be quick. How do you feel about Prost leaving the Canadians? As a Canadians fan, coming to the Canucks.
To tell you the truth,
Cassian.
It's you know what? To tell you the truth, they're both equal players in my mind. Prost is I like his team spirit.
Yeah.
He had really good team spirit. He got the guys going. The guys loved him in the dressing room.
I like his team spirit.
No. He was one of those guys that everybody loves, Prusty, in the dressing room, right?
Yeah.
And he'd go out there
Prusty.
and he put his neck on the line. When he fought Lucic in Boston, like he got the team revved up. Like you need a player like that.
You need that kind. I agree.
But on the same hand, his hands are like mine. They just fucking suck. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. Like his hands, he bobbles and makes these passes. He's one step behind, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But he makes up for his spirit. Cassian, I would say, is a little bit more gifted when he wants to be.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But he's a little bit under.
He's not quite as big, but he is big for a forward.
You know what? I think he was a little bit young. He liked the party scene. I think he was going out.
He still does maybe a little.
Yeah, but this is a shake up.
I think it can be a good trade for both. To be honest, because
and to tell you the truth, who wouldn't want to go to Montreal, man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, fair point. I'm sure.
And a guy like Cassian.
Here's the problem: the party scene in Montreal is a hell of a lot better than the party scene in Vancouver.
Yeah, but you're playing for an organization that doesn't doesn't allow failure. Okay, really, they just strive for the best. Those fan base.
Fair. So
They're
going to give him. I would have liked to see one more year. I think Cassian does
Hey,
have it.
I don't think Montreal, it's on Eastern Seaboard, 2 hours from Toronto.
Yeah.
But the fan base and the for the team is completely different. Montreal would not allow like what Toronto's done. This slide they've been doing
Yeah.
for like 10 years plus. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not acceptable in Montreal.
No.
Okay, like it's different. It's like playing for
It's a different
like,
kind of fan
It's the
base,
fucking
too.
Yankees of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You think of how long? Okay, the Yankees. Okay, fine. They wouldn't allow them to suck. Okay, come like almost last in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some serious problems there. They got a lot.
I agree. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Anyways,
how
I
Toronto
think it's
allowed
a
it to
good.
happen,
I think it's a great trade.
think it is for both teams,
I
to
think
be
it's as a change up. Plus, we're not gaining or losing anything. I think it's going to be good for both players. Prusty, I was a fan of Prust. I must admit, but I think Cassian. I'm not a big fan of Cassian. I would probably take Cassian over Hodgson at this point, right? Knowing what we want to know about both of them, even though they're both a pain in the ass. And I think that it's going to be a shakeup for him, and I think we can get a good year out of him, just like Dale Weiss. Dale Weiss is a stud.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and when they traded for Dale Weiss, I'll tell you something. That was at that time one of the best was under Tortorella, like that year that they just fucking sucked. That was to tell you the truth, Weiss, I actually enjoyed watching him. Yeah. That guy just went out there and gave him. One thing I have against Weiss is he put a fucking visor on. Like, fuck Weiss.
Did he?
Yeah, he wears a visor now. Take the fucking visor off, Weiss. We need you to put your face in front of the puck and bury a goal.
I think you're slowly gonna see almost
he
everybody.
he scored a couple. He scored a couple OT playoff winners, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Ovechkin, right? Yeah. But anyways, I like Weiss. He's a good player, right? Good kid, like Don Cherry would say, right? Good old kid there, Del Weiss. He is a good kid, and I think Cassian will do good too. I think Habs would have another good year.
I think I agree. I think it's a good trade for both teams.
Yeah.
So I was listening to this podcast today, and there's the topic that I was like, "Fuck, that's a good one to talk to Joe about," because I think we've had this conversation actually a couple times before. And their topic was, "Do you think that it's necessary to be married to raise a child properly?"
What? Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a question. What do you think on that?
I think. What do you mean? That's a pretty loaded question there.
Well, do you think
I think that
in today's world,
I think in a perfect. Okay, let me put it this way. I think that you never can expect. You never know what's going to happen when you have a child. You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
But to line up your ducks in a row and have the best, I think to have the best averages and the best success, I think that being married and raised would be give you better more often than not, it'll work out better for you.
Okay.
Than not being married. I'm not going to say that people who aren't married and have children, it's not that you're not going to have the best of parents and you're not going to have a happy life and a good upbringing.
Yep.
But what in general, I think that you would you would probably have more success over like 1,000 times has happened.
Yeah.
If you had
out of 1,000, you think the higher percentage.
And not
of
so.
them,
I think more like the early years. Like when like the. Even like to like 14, under 14.
That's where I disagree. I think once you hit like that age, maybe 12, 13, whatever, you got to stay together. If you're already married, you got to stay together and you got to get through till they can handle it when
how many children are you talking about? Like one?
However many children. I don't think it matters how many children you have. But I think if from the jump, at the young age, I think as long as it's not a relationship where they're separated and both parties are trying to do is win, and all both parties are trying to do is be the best, have the kid like them more, or try to put the other one down. And I think if you can still have that kind of relationship where you respect each other, and you know that if you act like fucking retards, that's what's going to influence your kid. I think you still can.
Ryan, this is pretty deep.
I don't think it matters.
Ryan, this is pretty. First of all, I'm pretty old school to think of in the beginning.
Yeah.
I have pretty much a view on it that I'm not willing to give on air on about how I think about it. But also I it's kind of not fair because I come from a family of 6.
Yeah.
We're all 1 year apart.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 kids, 6 years. I wouldn't change it for anything.
I'm not saying
Right.
that you would.
So I'm not. I'm an adult. And I can look at different people in different situations, right? And I have a different view on it, right? But if you ask me, do I think it's important? Yeah, I only know how the way I was brought up, right?
But that's the thing. So do I.
So
And
everybody
I
who grows
agree
up,
with you.
everybody grows up. You know, everybody who grows up and wants going to have a family or whatever. I'm sure they have in their head things they would change from their youth, right? Just like my parents and their parents, and things you want to offer to your children, and the way you look at life, right?
Yeah.
So yes, now if you come like from a let's say a broken home, okay, to say, you know, you're gonna have, you know, a lot big gains are gonna feel less positive to me, okay, than somebody else, because it's like it could be 100 times better than they had, right? And they're doing the best they can, right? Where it's hard. It's a different person.
But that's what I'm saying is that when, like, I agree with you when it comes to a broken home. When a broken home is concerned, it usually means the parents don't like each other. There's some nasty fucking shit going on. They're separating, all of that shit. But here's the thing: I think we don't give kids enough credit when they're growing up, if their parents aren't getting along and if their parents aren't really in it for each other anymore. I think they can see that, and I think that's just as bad as the latter. I think either way it sucks, and that's all. Like, I agree. I came from the same thing.
Yeah.
I heard my parents fight a couple times growing up, but you know, there was never any time.
Man,
when,
some
like,
people come from completely different lives.
fucked.
I couldn't even imagine. You know, I've seen it, like, you know, firsthand with friends and people. You know, you see it, right? I don't know, man. It's just you never know what curveball life's going to swing at you, right? So I would think that if you're going to stack your cards, right, I think that you would have a healthier, more time to not. But not to say that things don't happen and people who have children and aren't married don't love them any more than people who are married. Okay,
just like you can see with like a lot of single mothers, they'll raise great kids, man, and a lot of single mothers don't.
There is for sure a pivotal time in your youth, right, that shapes the kind of person you're going to be.
They say from 1 to 6.
No, it's a lot to do with your friends too.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot to do with your friends.
It's
a huge difference. Your friends, the kind of group you hang out with, right?
But that period between when you're born and when you're 6 years old, I think
that's nothing.
This book, but those are when you, like, think about it. That's when you're learning to write, walk, talk. Any of the main. That's when you're learning everything.
Okay, maybe a professional with a lot more schooling than I have came up with that conclusion. I'm not denying. I'm not going to refute that at all.
That's what I read.
But for me, the biggest thing, like if you look back on life, the biggest thing that shapes the person you are is the people you hang out with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I totally agree.
Right,
but I still think there's things.
Oh yeah, there's things. No, there's things from 1 to 6 that are going to determine what kind of people you hang out with, and no doubt.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
But from 6 to, but what really shapes you and sends you in your, I would say, a direction, right? Yeah. I mean, you have changes and stuff. You meet new friends, and then you become a different person too. Right? But I don't know. That's a difficult question because there's no.
It is. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because it is a difficult question. I was just curious on your thoughts, because we've talked about it before, and I kind of knew that that was your view on it, right? And it's not that I don't think that being married is a good step before having kids. Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it.
Hey man, what do they say? Or what's the saying? The first one comes anytime. The rest are all planned.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Like let's be realistic here. Okay. You can't sit there and talk to like your parents or your grandma or your great grandma, or right, about a pregnancy that wasn't planned. Mm-hmm. Okay. Since people have been around on Earth, have been fucking. Okay. Trust me, they've been kids.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. If you can, maybe I'm shooting duds. Who knows, man? Like, we're gonna find out.
Never
right?
know.
Who knows, right? You have to. Typically speaking, yes, that's the plan. right?
And
But you
that's-
make lots
again,
of you make lots of plans. You make lots of life plans, and you do the best that you can.
I
right?
think it's a good idea to be married before you have kids because that's a huge test. You're like getting married is work, so you're learning it because having a kid is probably, if not more, just as much work.
Hey.
So you're learning if you can put that effort in. But having said that, all I'm saying is that I think if the effort is put in and both parties are able to put aside their differences and love the child and not be at each other's throats and not be trying to show each other up and be able to have that kind of a relationship around the child, I think it can definitely work just as well as being married.
For
The
sure.
problem is that is rare. Everyone always wants to win.
Yes,
Right?
of course, man.
That's-
I don't
that's
know.
my-
I'm not getting married because to have kids.
No.
Right? Like it's not like if I wanted to have kids, you can have kids when you're, you
Yeah,
know,
I
grow
totally
your first
agree.
pubic hair. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be realistic here, right? I'm 30 years old and I'll have kids when I want to have kids, but it's just because you have to make a decision. For me, am I just going to be fucking P Diddy, fucking right for the rest of my life, or am I going to be like, you know what? I think kids are a pain in the ass, no doubt. But I think that the joy you will get later in life, Roth, will far outweighs. Hey Roth, when you're like 60, okay,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you're like, you know, your knees fucked because you tore your ACL, and you're fucking
And I have
on your
arthritis,
crane,
just
and
like
you have
my mom,
arthritis,
yeah.
and you can't move your hands, and you know what, you could be fucking richest guy in the world, and you're like, hey man, let's go to the beach, right? Like, come on. Like, you're like, I want to like have a fucking 2:00 nap here, right? Like, I'm old, I'm done, right? And the things that we find really cool right now, right? Like the things you want to do, but like hopefully by the time you're 60, 70, 80, you've done all those things because you're virtually going to be immobile. 80% of us are going to be immobile. 20% they're going to be like, holy shit, have you seen old Adam there? He's still throwing hay bales, right? But in general, you know, a lot like out of this room, one of us will be a fucking cripple.
Yeah.
But, okay? And like, oh fuck, he can't move.
That's crazy. Do you ever think about that
Right?
shit?
No, I
Like,
don't.
Do you ever
So,
think about
but,
like?
but listen to this. But don't you think in those years, right, when the same things that we find really awesome right now aren't the same to you? I think the things that would be really awesome for you, the last third of your life, is like family Christmas, you know, Easter or birthdays or dinners or anniversaries or whatever. Just like you have your family over. And like, fuck, man, I'm not gonna, like, when I'm like 70, you know, I'll be lucky to see you like for like a cup of morning Joe, right? Me and Ryan, we meet at Sundays at
If we're living in the same area when we're 70, we'll be fucking ripping it up. at
No,
the
we'll be
local
ripping it
fucking coffee shop, man.
Ashley and Juliet,
Guaranteed.
they'll be like, where's Ryan and Joe? They're probably down at the pub drinking scotch, right? It's 2:00 in the afternoon, but we go to bed at 5.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I that's how I grew up. Like I grew up with big family dinners. I grew up with family gatherings and everything. Christmases, everyone was together. I grew up
I think
with
that's
all of that.
cool. Now-
but
You
again,
can still have that and not be married.
the other thing is, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But what I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't think like I think you have kids and you either choose to fucking realize that it's what you're gonna make of it, or you can be fucking miserable about it just because you want to be fucking a douche, right? I think you can make that
Man,
choice.
Kids are a pain in the ass.
No,
You don't
they
have
are,
kids. You don't have
but
kids
they can
unless-
also bring a lot of joy.
You don't want to have kids. Yeah.
For sure. I was a pain in the ass, but I was also a
Hey
fucking
man, I asked
kid.
my old man one time. I said, "Hey Dad," because my uncle was over and he was changing. He has a newborn. Well, he had a new. This is a couple years ago, right? He's changing a shitty diaper because you know. My uncle, he's not with his. He's not married.
Yeah.
He loves his kid.
Yeah.
My cousin Marcus, lots. He picks him up as much as the best he can. And you know, same thing. What we're talking about here, and he's changing a shitty diaper. And I asked my old man, right? We're sitting there having a drink after dinner. I go, hey, Dad, you missed doing that because we could see Mark in the living room. I mean, Andy in the living room changing a diaper. I go, hey, Dad, you missed any of that? Changing any shitty diapers? He looks at me. He goes, you know what, Joe? One time, I shit you not, I changed 3 shitty diapers in a row. He's like, Mom wasn't home. One kid shit. I changed his drawers and I just got him out of the way. And then one of the girls shit. I changed him. He's like, and then somebody else took a crap. He's like, oh, freaked me out. Right? Like 6 kids in 6 years.
Dude, I honestly don't understand how anyone can do that.
Man,
that's
six
fucking
kids
nuts.
in 6 years. That means you have like three kids, probably 3-4 kids in diaper. I don't even know how long kids wear diapers. That's how much I know about it. I'm the best thing, right? Kid, hey mom. Hey, I'm gonna have to take a wee 30 seconds. I need a beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ashley. No, she's not there. That's all right, Joe. I can fill the time. As you can see, this is why I like to have Joe on, because he can. It's not, you can talk to him about anything, and he can ramble on just like I can on any topic. That's why I love the guy.
Okay.
But yeah, I was looking through some. I was looking through my my mom made me a scrapbook basically from the time I was born for my birthday last year, for my 30th. Yeah. And I was looking through the book, the second half, and one of the pictures was me fucking hand on your head with the bleach all in your fucking hair when we decided it was cool to have bleach blonde hair all the time.
But that was cool in the 90s, man.
And we were twigs. We were fucking twigs. Man, I was a twig until I was like 23. Like looking through those pictures. Like I just started to put on some weight at the end of my mom's, which ends when I'm like 21 is the end of that fucking scrapbook.
I started to put on some weight. 29.
I didn't want to say anything.
29. I don't know.
Everybody is. You know,
man, I don't know what the inside of a gym looks like. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I've never been to a gym in my life.
I love going to the gym, working out. But all I've been doing lately, because I've been off, is swimming.
I understand.
Biking, working out.
I'm now understanding why people go to the gym, but because you know what, when I work pretty hard, right? But I must admit, like lately, I don't get the same physical exercise as I did when I was younger.
No.
Right?
Well, you play hockey once a week.
No, you need to play hockey. You need to play hockey 2 to 3 times a week minimum to stay. For basic exercise at my age. When I play on average, once a week, but sometimes it's like once every 8 days or 9 days, 10 days. It's anywhere. I play once every 7 to 10 days. Because how the schedule.
That's why I love the end of hockey season. You play.
Yeah, but
you start to play way more and more, 2 to 3 times a week. It's the best
shape.
shape.
No, man. I play year round.
Mm-hmm.
Your regular season is over a month before.
I like the break. It makes me miss hockey, and I get to do all the shit I want to do in the summertime. And then because I like to play tennis or golf or whatever when I'm not fucking.
I've been playing a lot of golf lately.
Yeah, what the fuck is with this? What brought this on?
I got the bug.
So are you like getting good? Are you getting better?
Obviously.
Like, no, I'm just asking. Like what? Like you were like a 120 shooter when last time
I break 100. I break 100 now.
Do you?
I'm gonna be honest with the people listening. I'm not any by no means. Let's just get this real straight. I just started going a lot this year.
Yeah.
And I'm happy when I break 100 now, almost all the time.
Okay.
Buddy,
hold on. Breaking 100 is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Breaking 100 is definitely easier though than breaking 90. Like I think it gets harder and harder. I would assume.
Obviously, no. But for I golf probably I've golfed since I was 16.
Yeah.
I go 2-3 times a year, and frankly, only when it was free because of business. For the business I'm in, that's one of the big things is they take people golfing.
Yeah.
And 2-3 times a year, whether I was at sales, auctions, or whatever, these guys would come out. They would, and the big thing was they take all the farmers golfing.
Yeah.
Right, and it was free.
Oh, so you got 60.
I would go, but this is how I look at it.
You want to actually be able to.
No, this is how I look at it, right? And then forever, I hated it. It was hot, chasing a ball around, and what happens is that it's kind of like it takes a long time to get good at it unless you practice a lot or you used to have lessons when you're younger, and you're hitting the ball all over the place. So you're always with 2 people or 3 people who know how to golf, and you're the retard they're all waiting for. Yeah. Right? And like yesterday, no offense to my future brother-in-law George, but he's like yesterday he came golfing with us, right? With me and Wani, and now that I can golf like reasonably,
it's annoying.
It's annoying.
It's annoying because someone really sucks.
Because we could have got 18 holes plus some done. Yeah. We didn't even finish the game because your weight takes double the time.
Okay.
Can I just finish my thing here? Yeah. So when you're hitting the ball in the bushes. In here, you're losing balls. You're zigzagging back and forth. You're hacking it. You have no idea what you're doing. Trust me, after 9 holes, you're done.
Mhm.
It sucks.
I agree.
You just want to pick up your ball and you want to leave. It doesn't fun. You want to go drink.
The thing is, once you make that one shot that you're like, holy fuck, like where you tried to do something and did it,
Yeah.
that's where you get hooked.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, you broke 100. I think, like, when you really suck, like you'd shoot like 120. I think like 20 strokes get knocked off as soon as you realize you need to try.
No,
like
no,
I think that's a huge thing because when I first
let's be okay. If you want to, you're right. So this year, this is how I got hooked, right? So I probably golfed. Let's be realistic, like 75 times in my life, like hand-me-down clubs, right? I have a set of clubs. I've had a club since I was 16. Somebody's old clubs that they get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And never really gave a shit or anything. But this year, then Isaac, at the beginning of the year, I golfed with Isaac. And same thing, I was just trying to focus, right? Because I play sports, so I want to try to be good at it, even though I suck at it, right? It's different when somebody doesn't play sports and they're just hacking the ball over the field. I want to try to be, I just suck. I can't hit it. Eventually, you start hitting it, and then I got a birdie with Isaac. And then I started, you know what? Then, because I was connecting with the ball more, right? I was getting, after you hit the ball 1,000 fucking times every club, you're like, yeah. So now the game has changed from, I still, 25% of my, 1 in 4 shots sometimes, it's a fucked up, I'm figuring out still, but I'm
still like 1 in.
No, like I toe it, my swing's good, but I'm towing, now it's small things, right? It's small things that change the game. Anyways, I don't want to bore people with golf. But now the game is more like when I'm hitting it straight, it's more like strategical. What club am I going to use? Right? Before, I just hit one fucking club because it was all over the place, and I finally found like a fairway hybrid that I could hit straight. Right? So I only use this club and my putter. But then once you start playing, you're like, it's like, hey, usually I can hit my 9 on this, but I'm going to, I might hit my 8. Right, and it becomes more fun, and then you get into it more, and then you start keeping track of your score. I never even kept track of my score until the last probably 10 rounds.
Makes a big difference.
Well, why keep track of your score when you shoot fucking 10 over every hole?
No, because then you can see the holes.
No, you know when you're like, actually, you know what? Instead of 10, it only takes me.
The thing is, when you keep track of your score, you see when you're improving.
Okay.
And when you see improvement, that makes you want to keep
but now I got the bug,
better.
so now I probably put in 20, 25 rounds is like in
Just
the last.
Get comfortable,
In the last 5 weeks, I've golfed lots.
Yeah.
And I think of this winter, I'm going to get into it, hit the range, right? Because I was like, hey, Dave, I always ask my brother David, hey David, because David golfs, right? He got the bug early, my younger brother, right? Yeah. So the problem is that you're out. I don't have many friends who golf with.
I know.
Right? So I asked David, I go, because right up the road, I could bike right up the road and go to the range. I asked my brother David, I said, you want to go to the range? He goes, buddy, you don't golf you don't range it that practice time is over.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to the range, I'm going to go play golf. You fucking hit the range.
He's totally right.
You hit the range. He's like, I'm not going to.
The only time you go to the range in the summer is right before your round.
Yeah, no, he's like, practice time is over. You do the range November, December, January. Mm-hmm. Range time's over, buddy. Right. So, anyways, now I'm actually hitting some clubs. So now I get into it more. So now I start paying attention. Right. Hey, what kind of clubs? Oh, now I start going to Golf Town. Right. Checking shit out. Right. Oh, the little gloves. Get the shoes. I got a little outfit. Right. Get my little outfit going. So I don't know. I like it.
Oh, that's what hooked you. The fucking outfit.
The outfit.
Joey likes to look good.
Yeah.
Golf, hey man,
I like Fowler.
That's the nice thing about golf. If you want to look good, you can look good in golf.
Fowler shit's expensive, huh?
It is. Yeah, it really is. So Tubby messaged us on Facebook. He wants to know. We're a little bit past it, but whatever. We'll bring it back. He said he liked the conversation we just had about the whole growing up marriage with without married parents. He said, how often do you remember hearing your parents argue or fight?
My parents?
Yeah.
Oh, because there would be about, I'm sure throughout my life, 5 or 6 good ones.
Yeah.
But never, you know what? I never heard, I never heard name calling.
No.
Okay? And there was never any domestic abuse.
Yeah.
But serious arguments, closed doors, but things are getting heated.
You can hear it.
Like you can hear it.
Yeah.
And then they would separate.
Yeah.
And not separate. Like my dad would leave.
You could see them not.
My
few days.
No, my dad would take because it's not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Man, there's 5 kids, 6 kids in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean.
You know what? I can't remember anything like that where someone left. I can remember, you know, I mean, I'm sure everyone, like 3 or
Not
4
laugh,
times
not-
were like really good arguments, and then like for a few days things like you could just tell things didn't feel right.
Yeah, but I was too young
But-
I was too young to remember any like let's be real. If my dad had left, which my dad would leave like for the night, right?
Mhm.
And then but I would see him and now that I think about it, like we're talking about this, my mom, let's just say my dad left for a couple numerous days. My mom would have not told, "Oh, your dad left."
Yeah.
My mom would make up a story.
Yeah.
"Oh, your dad's not."
I think any good parent
Yeah,
would do that.
but like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure something now that being how old I am now, I can realize what actually was going on.
Yeah.
But maybe there was like my dad would be gone for 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even know about it, right? It'd be like, oh, he's at work, right?
Mhm.
It wouldn't be like, oh, your dad's an asshole and he left and shit, right?
That's the shit like I was talking about before.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're married or if you're separated. That's the kind of
Yeah.
shit that fucks kids up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the kind of shit, and there's a lot
And
of
the same thing. If my mom was on hiatus, which I can't remember what time she was.
Yeah.
But if she was, my dad would never badmouth mom, right, Ross?
Yeah.
Like my dad would never be like, your mom's a bitch or whatever, right? My mom. I've never heard my dad call my mom names. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I was just looking at this video I'm gonna play you because I'm gonna fucking lighten it up a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty downing.
No,
Is there something
I was
else?
I was just looking through Facebook earlier. You know,
I don't have Facebook,
Shit.
so I don't know.
Unless I just there we go. I was just looking through Facebook earlier, and someone had posted this video. I don't know. For some reason, it just made me crack up laughing. I've posted it on the Ramblin' with Ryan or Real Talk Facebook page, so anybody who wants to actually see the video, you'll be able to hear the audio right now when I play it. So this kid, he's like talking to the camera.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, you really can't hear anything.
Your volume's off.
What the hell? Hold on. This is what happens when
Still having some technical problems.
Yeah, apparently. No, volume's on, and I had
No,
it
your
set.
volume's off. I see it off. On
No, that's for that, though. Oh, it lost it. It lost the TV.
Oh, the-
USOB.
Okay, forget it. I can't do this. We don't.
You know
have
what?
to-
That's okay. Hold on. No, I can't do it then.
You still have technical problems, huh?
Unfortunately, yeah, apparently this... Like, usually, it's fine. But I don't want to fuck with any of these chords. Fuck, it was hilarious, too. Now I'm choked. Oh, well. Anyway, anybody who's listening, check it out. It's on the Facebook page. You can see, usually when I do this, it comes up
But-
and shows that the TV's connected. But it's not doing that.
Okay, forget about it. Let's go next. What's on next on your list there, Ryan?
So, how do you know I have a list, Joe?
Because you always have a list.
I
You're
do
a
have a
producer.
list, just in case. Which we honestly, if I didn't like interject, we probably could have kept going without it today, which is good, man. That's why. Let's see what's gonna. Oh, I saved this article and I totally forgot about it. I was looking through all my saved stuff on Facebook, and so apparently in Winnipeg, a few weeks ago, the local radio station picked up a police helicopter. I don't know how it picked it up, but somehow over the airwaves they picked up this police helicopter and the two cops in it talking, two dudes, gay apparently. They were talking about blowjobs, and they were talking like very. They don't say any of the words because of the website.
Yeah, but-
they don't want it to get out. They were talking about how they enjoyed them, what they like to do. The one guy asked the other guy if he'd give him a blowjob, and the guy was like, "No, you're too hairy."
Okay, but do you? First of all, if you're in a helicopter and you're in the military or the army, it makes me sound like it's fake. You would, and you're wearing like I've never, like we have to ask Tubby on this, right? But
Yeah.
these guys, you know, I've seen the movies. These guys have these huge earmuffs on. They got these microphones and shit. There's radio waves. You're talking to the tower. You have to assume that everyone's listening to what you're saying. Would you not?
Yeah. True. Oh, Tubby's writing something.
Right? Like, it's fake. Like, you can't, like, you're writing this shit, you go, oh, the little red, what is it as simple as the little red light in the dash is off? Air traffic.
Well, I would assume, hold on.
RCMP isn't
Oh, yeah.
listening?
Tubby just said those cops were actually broadcasting over the megaphone. Anyone on the ground could hear them.
Oh, so they're idiots.
What? I thought it was over the radio station. Maybe not.
Okay, so there you go. We got.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
so
it's
people
not,
that were down on the ground just in the streets.
Yeah, but why would you be talking on the like? Is it as simple as like a switch? Like not like in.
I would assume so. It's probably just a button that like someone had held on because you push a button and then you talk. Right? Like a police helicopter. I'm sure they're like, this is the police. Get to the chopper. And then they fucking.
Oh shit!
All right.
Hey, I got something I want to talk about.
All right.
I found it on Twitter. Actually, I didn't know about this. Did you know that apparently there's a
anybody? Hold on. Whoever's listening on the just the audio mixer, it will be coming back on in a sec.
Are we not live anymore?
No, we are just on the video. We are just.
Anyways, do you know that there's a mine in Arkansas, or I have to look it up. It's an open pit diamond mine. You can just go. Tourists are allowed to go there. It's an old volcano because diamonds come from volcanoes.
In Arkansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You go there. It's like a tourist attraction. You go there and then you pick through the ground and you can sift the ground and stuff. And if you find any diamonds, and apparently people find there's about 600 to 700 diamonds found every year. People just stop there, and you can sift through the ground and you can find a diamond. Well, anyways, a chick yesterday or last week found a 9-carat diamond, and you're allowed
just
to
some random girl.
Yeah, anyone's allowed to stop there. It's a public mine. It's like a tourist attraction.
So people will spend time there, probably. I bet you.
Oh yeah,
just trying to find diamonds.
You probably spend days there.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But there's people that also are just like stop there for a picnic in an afternoon, and you go in there and it's like 900 acres, this area, and it's a public mine. It's like the only one in the world. It's a public mine. And if you find anything there, you're allowed to keep it, no matter what the value is. And they plow the land. I guess they run it like once a year. They run like a plow. And they plow up all the 900 acres because they're always rising to the top. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how this works. Why the government would just take everything, right? But you can.
Yeah, you think fucking money grabbers would.
Or the mine owner would. Why wouldn't they mine it? Apparently, there's 600 to 700 diamonds found every year. Anything from like a small, very small diamond to like half carats, lots of 1 carats. The biggest one found there was in the 70s, like 40 carats.
That is
like a diamond like that.
Someone wouldn't have bought that up, or is like.
No, that's why. I
wonder if you could look it up.
If you could look it up, it's a state park. Diamond. I just read about this on Twitter, but anyways, the only reason I was reading about it because a chick found almost a 9-carat diamond. Just like I wouldn't know that'd be worth. It was a really nice one too. Probably worth like a couple $100,000. I don't know. Maybe less than I couldn't tell you. It depends what kind of grade came out on it. But
Arkansas Diamond Park.
Yeah, and you can go to the images and you can see there's like 900 people there. And there's the Wikipedia. I was reading the Wikipedia. Crater of Diamond State Park. That's what it's called.
You want to see pictures?
You go to images.
Yeah, look. Look at all these people holding the diamonds that they found.
Right?
Like, I wonder if it's like when you fucking pick blueberries and you find your shit and then you give them a percentage.
No,
you pay them for what you take.
I don't know if...
No, you still keep it, but you probably pay to keep it or something.
No, they give you a certificate. It probably costs money to go into the park.
Oh, yeah. See, look at all the people. Holy fuck, yeah. That's wicked. Can you imagine you find like a fucking... like $1 million diamond?
The girl who found that 9-carat diamond... last week, she said she found it after 10 minutes.
What's that worth? 9 carats.
It depends on what the kind of grade it would be. Probably like I would say for. It depends, man. It could be 50. It could be $50,000 or it could be fucking $5 million. Probably, like it depends what kind of grade it is.
Let's see what comes up if anything. Oh,
you're on images still.
Yeah, I know the web.
This.
I don't know.
Man, it all depends on the grade.
Yeah, I guess so.
Until you buy a ring, you don't know. It all depends on the grade, man.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
Seriously, Roth, you could buy a diamond. You know.
Yeah,
you buy
if it's a shitty fucking.
You can buy a diamond, like a 2-carat diamond, for $60,000, maybe more. Oh, no, probably more. You can buy one probably for $10,000, a cheap one. The price is ridiculous.
All right, well.
What's this? The person's blunt roll?
Oh yeah, I was gonna show you this. My brother fucking tagged this on Facebook. These are all fucking joints that someone rolled. This is a helicopter. So it's on Elite Daily, the website Elite Daily. Anyone wants to look it up? This person, and that's the tags. This person's insane blunt rolling skills are completely untouchable.
That sounds like a total waste of time.
Look at this. This guy made a helicopter.
Good for him.
He made that's a cross. He made a turtle.
Okay, good for these guys.
He made what looks like a spray bottle, a heart. Pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, you have too much time on your hands. Okay.
No, but I just seen this on Facebook. But that's it. We're out of time, man.
We're out of time?
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out. This is a fucking great conversation. I had a blast.
Okay.
Thanks everyone who's been listening.
Thanks, Tubbs.
Who's listening?
I love
to
you.
Recordings and.
Hi, Laura Lee.
Joe, probably by the next time you come
Hi,
on,
Avery.
will be a married man. So say congratulations to you now. And
hey, you're the parking attendant.
We'll play out. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Not if I'm on crutches, dude.
Buddy, you're
You
the
better
parking
have a backup.
More reason why you're the parking attendant.
Oh.
You're on crutches.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
You're just using
It's
me.
an important job.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. All right, guys. See you. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.
I love you more than every single diamond in the sky. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Wanna take you home and I'll start making family. You are a damn man, little like a no other. Wanna introduce you to my father and my mother. I'm so damn happy you wanna be my lover. Can't wait to get you home and get you under the cover. Daniella, be my Cinderella. Won't you come on around and be my baby? Daniella, don't you remember? Oh, you got me. Daniella, oh, do-do-do-do-do-do. Daniella, oh, do-do-do-do-do. Daniella, oh, do-do-do-do-do-do. Daniella, yeah, I'm in the I asked your parents for your hand. Ain't nothing but the feet are gonna understand. The same day I asked you be my wife to be. I said, mama, marry me. I said I promise to love you and treat you right. Give you the proper respect you deserve every day and night. Give you a love until the morning light. And I promise we will never, ever, ever fight. Yeah, right, yeah. Daniella, be my Cinderella. Won't you come on in around and be my baby? Daniella, don't you remember? Oh, you got I love you more than every single diamond in the sky. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Wanna take you home and I'll start making family. You are a damn fine lady like a no other. Wanna introduce you to my father and my mother. I'm so damn happy you wanna be my lover. Can't wait to get you home and get you under the cover. Because Daniella, sweet as the salmon, won't you come on and around and I'll be my baby. Daniella, be my Cinderella. Oh, you got me. Daniella, oh, Daniella, oh, Daniella, oh,
I ran. Let me just run you through it. So I came in. I had